It's about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
Rowena away. It's Troy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause. Hello, and welcome to
What's the Maple Tea? Tea. And today we're serving tea. Also known as beer.
Do you have your crumpets? I have my non-alcoholic beverage right here.
Non-alcoholic beverage. I'm having a cherry vanilla cinnamon sour.
You know, I forgot to hit go live there.
Did we not go live?
I forgot to hit go live.
We haven't been live this entire time?
On the poor Instagram.
God.
The poor Instagram.
What have we been doing, Tiffany? It's not a live broadcast podcast if we don't go live.
We're live on other platforms.
You're listening to What's the Maple Tea? The live broadcast podcast where we talk about everything Kingston drag and everything we want to talk about. Because we don't plan our stuff until like 2 minutes beforehand.
Exactly.
We are so back.
I feel like there's been some changes.
Yeah, it pops up a little weird.
It pops up different, doesn't it?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Neither do I.
It really does put an emphasis on the person who sent it, though. Like, it really puts an image of that person up.
Which is good.
Which is good. We need to give credit where credit is due.
Well, especially if they say something good.
Well, and if they say something bad, we put it up anyway. My name is Rowena Way.
And my name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
And we are your hostesses, but only one of us has cream filling. You'll never know which one.
I mean, I used to be a good check of this. You know, be able to smell. You had sex today.
It's the pheromones.
I'm like,
it's the pheromones.
I used to be able to sense that, and I'm like,
you are the one who got it.
Yeah. Or are you just referencing a joke that was on the roast?
I wasn't referencing one that was on the roast, actually. I wasn't thinking about that at all. In fact, I can barely remember a single joke from the roast, except for something about a heart transplant or heart bypass. And I can't remember the full joke.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember it?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So today we are talking about really nothing. Tiffany came up with this topic beforehand, and I was like, haven't we already talked about that? And she's like, have we talked about that? And I said, I'm pretty sure we talked about that. This is why I am the keeper of the topics for this show, because she has amnesia.
Well, we talk about it, but we can talk about it again.
We can.
Hello.
But we can also, I think we should crowdsource some topics today.
Okay, fine. We will crowdsource
some topics. So if you have a topic that you would like us to talk about today, please put it in the chat. We will share it. And do I have a lint on my shirt?
Yeah, bad.
Oh, no.
Animal hair.
Oh, no. Lint.
Animal hair.
My life is over.
Were you fucking a Furby earlier or something? I just, it kind of looked like, you know.
No, I didn't have sex today.
Tell us about your respective shows on Saturday. Well, my show, which was so first of all, I started off with Fabulous Connections, which was supposed to be a mix and mingle, trying to connect drag artists to other creative types.
Did anyone other than drag artists show up?
No.
Okay, so it was drag artists to other creative drag artists.
It was still a really great opportunity, though, just to get a lot of drag artists together. So we had drag artists who just came in from out of town, too. Josephine Drag?
Josephine Drag.
Yeah, Josephine came down from Ottawa area. Lemonade came down from Campbellford area.
Yep.
I always say Belleville, but she's from Campbellford.
Bay of Quinte-ish area.
She's from Campbellford, exactly. So remember when I told you that I was like, oh my god, there's a fucking drag, Josephine J. Okay, thank you. Josephine J it is. And Lemonade, who came from Campbellford. Campbellford. Who I know Campbellford because my first roommate / we were in residence together down the hall from each other, and we were. She is from Campbellford.
Is that where Campbell's is from?
No.
Oh. I performed in Campbellford a couple times. Actually, quite a few times.
With Lemonade?
No. This was before Lemonade was doing drag. I performed in Campbellford at a couple different bars. For Pride.
Well, she was telling me how this one venue, which was during the summertime, maybe it's a similar venue. It was mostly outdoors. It was like half out, like I guess it was half covered or something like that.
I didn't.
Have you been to one of those?
Venue,
oh,
no.
Okay.
No, I performed indoors at a couple different bars.
Or did they have like opening? Like, were they half open? Kind of like. Like, there's a lot of places that are kind of like the Daft Brewing now, where you have all those, like, it just opens up. And
it's
like,
open air. Yeah. I mean, I really like the way the Daft does it during the summer with the large bar and the doors that were definitely an auto garage before Daft became Daft. And do you remember that when it was an auto garage?
No, I do remember it was brakes and stuff like that. They would fix your brakes.
Just the Midas touch.
And they kept them for practical purposes because I had no idea, but it takes a lot to try to cool when you're fermenting shit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It produces a lot of heat.
Okay. When I ferment, I also produce a lot of heat.
Even when she thinks she produces a lot of heat. Mostly steam out of her ears.
Mostly steam. Hot air. Hot air. So, and then after your Connections event.
And then it was my Silver Jubilee party, which was fabulous. I had a lot of people there. Even I think some people bought tickets that they didn't show up. I feel like that's always the case these days, you know, where they buy tickets and they just don't show up. But yeah, it felt like a packed room to me, and it was just lots of fun. And you know, I may have we had to cut some songs because we were clearly like
running over
time. Most and the bitches.
It was on a Saturday night though.
The bitches in the back were like, Tiffany, you can, do your monologues a little shorter and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think they were 10-minute
Tiffany,
monologues.
did someone feed you vodka?
No. I don't think they were 10-minute monologues. I should have a fucking timer.
None of these new performers got to see you during T-show days. None of these new performers. I think the only one, no, literally none of them. I think maybe Dare de la Femme.
Yeah.
Is the only one. And Dare de la Femme has been doing drag for 6 years now. 7 years now. Like, it's when T-show was a thing, Tiffany Morgan would be hosting her shows.
Good evening.
Would be hosting her shows in the basement of the Renaissance, on that fucking tiled floor.
Slip and slide.
And she would be hosting, and the first half of the show would be very, like, streamlined. Like, she would talk for a little bit, but it was mostly streamlined. And by the second half of the show, one or two of her friends will have fed her at least 2 double vodka sodas, sometimes more. And then her monologues would become diatribes, and she would become so nonsensical that half the time you had no idea what she was saying. I don't think she knew what she was saying, but she would also repeat herself over and over and over again. She'd tell the same story more than once in the same diatribe session, and it was kind of amazingly hilarious, and I kind of... It was really something special. It was something special.
I remember sometimes doing that intentionally.
Oh.
Because I would get the eyes rolling when I would tell a story, and then I would try to do it again.
The girls and I would be in the back, which was a closet.
It was mostly to piss you guys
Yeah,
off.
the girls
I
and
was
I
having
would
so
be
much
in the back,
fun.
which is a closet, waiting for your diatribe to end so that we could do our next song. And it would sometimes be, we were timing it. Sometimes it was like 20 minutes between numbers of you just rambling.
It was not 20
It
minutes.
was. We literally timed it.
No.
We literally timed it. You can ask Mimi and Lilith and Mercury. Ask them.
No.
It's actually like, it was, but like, we didn't hate it. It was just, we would just sit back there and make fun of you. It was great. It was fantastic.
Rude. You weren't even legal to drink.
But that
until
was
show
also
us.
that was also during the heavy drug use era of Kingston drag. Not me, but like Mimi and Lilith.
Why would you even say that live on air, Rowena way? It's like you're suddenly feeling challenged by them.
You don't know which.
Okay. They were just doing that to stay sober.
They were literally doing that to stay sober, so they didn't spend $7 on a shot of vodka.
No,
Yeah.
with love.
With love.
Yeah.
With love. Of course, with love.
But yeah, no, it was. Maybe they'll make it a reel for us about that.
Wait.
Wait, what?
With love.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
It was called edibles. It was called
Of course,
the THC
edibles.
Yeah,
It was, definitely edibles, which were legal
at that time.
at that time, but they are now.
They are now.
They are now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one tonight. It's gonna be great.
But we should have just led with poppers. They were doing poppers.
They were doing poppers.
But yeah, so it was a really well attended show. People loved it. They loved it. And so many people said to me, they're like, there is a reason why you are the queen of Kingston. So here we go.
It's because you've lasted.
Longevity. I have
Longevity
no idea.
matters.
I have no idea.
Longevity matters.
I have no idea how I did it. So, how was your fabulous escapade beyond city limits?
It was a fabulous escapade. I got booked to do a show at Capers in Belleville with the team from the Hayloft, Boylesque, and they asked me to be in the show, and of course I said yes after asking your permission if I could not be in your show. And because, sisters first. And I went to the show and I was getting ready and I asked them, I was like, hey, so who's hosting this show? And James and the Giant Pasty looks at me. He's like, well, I figured you would host because either I ask you to host or you're just going to end up hosting anyway. And I was like, what is this reputation I have for myself now? What is this reputation?
Yeah. Well,
But I don't always do that. It's only your shows I do that.
Well, I feel like you learned it from me, to be honest, because I would always intercede to be like the host, and then somehow you started doing shows out in the county on your own, and then you got the confidence, and then now we fight over the fucking microphone.
But you know what? I recently made the decision this past year that when you're hosting, I'ma just let you host. Because I really I host so often now that I really just don't want to. If I don't, I find the times when I'm not hosting really enjoyable.
Taking a break.
Because I get to sit there and chat with people, and I get to throw shade, and I get to I like bantering. I enjoy co-hosting because I like bantering.
Yeah.
But this show I walked out and they're like, do you want to host? I was like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. But the audience in Belleville knows me from doing previous shows, and I hosted the last show we did at Capers, and
and it was sold out, I was told.
It was completely sold out. It was past sold out, so we sold out all the chairs, and then it was standing room only. It was really good vibes. It was really good. Myself, Octavia, James and the Giant Pasty, and Do Lily. And I want to have those two, James and Do, down to Kingston at some point. I just don't have a show for it yet. They're very, very talented burlesque style performers. But Du's been doing drag.
Yes, Du's been doing drag and burlesque drag, which is awesome. You know what? Yeah, burlesque is really becoming. There's a renaissance of burlesque in town here. There's so many new performers.
There's so many new performers.
Yeah, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. We should do it at that one church. I'm
one church.
You mean
the Spire?
The Spire. So I remember seeing photos of burlesque in
the church. It's so weird to me, but I love it.
And they sell booze now. Like, you can buy beer.
You know what? I would have gone to church as a child had they had alcohol. I would have gone to church if they had alcohol.
What? As a child?
That is a bad freeze frame.
Well, it's probably not doing that on the actual live. But if there is any freezing going on, please let us know, because I forgot to change from the Wi-Fi to the landline. That's why. Oh. It's just in the monitor probably for us. That's what I'm hoping. Cross fingers. Okay.
We have a comment. I feel that in my soul.
I feel that in my soul.
Not host.
The desire to. Well, yeah, because earlier they said getting a booking. Bewitch said getting a booking and avoiding microphone is such a fucking mood.
It really is. Like, sometimes you want to be in front of the mic and talking and like, and for me that's mostly when Mimiosa's on the mic and won't stop talking, and I want to steal it. But sometimes you just really want to avoid it. You just want to be casual and enjoying yourself and relaxed. And
I'm just a book bitch, and I'm in the back room kikiing with the girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm
booked
just booked.
And blessed.
I'm booked and blessed. Thank you.
Which is why I'm so excited for Bewitched's birthday show.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to talk on the mic.
So we have this comment from my mama.
Oh.
Jasmine, sorry I missed it, babe girl. I'm talking about my Jubilee year, but my scooter won't go that far. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you give it a really long period of time in which to get there, maybe.
You had to stop. You have to find charging stations on the way.
You have to stop at people's houses and charge.
Yeah, like at the gas station. Do you have a 3-prong outlet that I can plug into for a moment?
In the winter, sitting outside.
Well, it is a Jubilee year. We have a few other events through the
Do you have other Jubilee events? Do you, or is it the ones that other people are planning?
The ones that other people are planning. But I could plan something too, if I want to. I haven't thought of anything, but I could plan something if I want to. I have the right. I have the fucking right. What is this? Rowena and a birthday to be, which feels so correct.
I am so excited, and I have to really start working on those numbers that I'm doing. But like, you'll see. You'll see.
Okay, we will see. Yeah. Rowena, we will see. Bewitched, we will see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I like that Bewitched is on both Instagram and YouTube right now.
What? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, on YouTube.
Oh,
too.
No. I thought. Never mind.
Oh, no. Jazz.
I was wrong. I was wrong. So, you wanted to talk about something today.
Well, yeah. So, the Fabulous Connections, where we connected a whole bunch of drag artists together, which is always still fun. It's always fun to get us all together. Also sold one of our books.
All that stuff.
I also sold one of our books.
Yes.
And some of the people arrived early, like literally an hour early for my show, because they knew that I was there, and then just to like
meet you and greet you.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess they were there partly mix and mingle. But yeah, it was interesting chatting with the artist and talking to Josephine J. From Ottawa area and Les Monades.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to be going into like the lean years again, because drag had a huge peak. It just went like boom, 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 and now it's not lean years, but we are starting to see a dip in interests and people attending.
So, I don't think that there's a dip in interest in drag at the moment. What I think is that we've reached a saturation point of drag shows just across Ontario.
Across Ontario.
Especially in smaller places or places that have like established scenes but have lots and lots of shows. In that there's all the people who are attending are spread out.
Yeah.
I think it's not that it's lean. I think that we're back to people attending at the last minute and people not going out quite as much, and so people are kind of picking and choosing.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
If you don't see that as a dip, I don't. You just described exactly what I mean, though.
Oh, okay. Well, then I agree with you, I guess. I guess I agree.
Like, that's a dip. Like, when you have slightly lower turnout.
Well, no. I mean,
and people are choosing to go somewhere else or to buy their tickets late or to stay at home.
But I'm not saying it's a lower turnout. I think that there's still good turnout, but across the high number of shows, it appears lower.
So you're saying that it's not because my show used to sell out, it's because someone else has a show the same day?
No, or like a week before, and they're like, well, I just went to a drag show, so I'm not going to go to this one. I don't know about you, but currently, like, I attend maybe one drag show every other month.
As a spectator.
As a spectator. Maybe. Whereas I used to attend one every month. I would go out to Beers for Queers once every other week, kind of, and there would be drag or something like that. Like, I'm, like, diversifying. I'm going to, like, one show here and there. I'm not attending every single show because that's insane. You can't. But when I first moved to Kingston, the only drag show was yours. And I would go to every drag show.
Well, you had to.
You had to. It was the only one show.
But it was also once a month. Like, I understood Kingston audiences.
But, like, I would go to a show once a month, and that felt like a lot of drag.
At the end of the month when you got your paycheck.
Yeah. But, like, that felt like a lot of drag. But now there are 8 to 10 shows in a month in Kingston sometimes.
Yeah.
And if I choose to go to one, that means that all the other ones will feel leaner.
Well, let's kind of tie this up a little bit, though. But you are just being more critical of, like, or being more selective of the shows that you choose to go to.
Yeah.
And hey, I agree with you on that. I would love to support all the drag. I do want to support all. I feel bad, but I also know I'm like, God, girl, your energy levels. Like, I can't. When there's 3 shows in a week, I can't do 3 shows in a week.
No.
Just personally, I can't do that.
Well, I mean, and this is part of the reason why I started doing fewer shows in Kingston and more shows outside of Kingston, because I realized the drag scene in Kingston is boomed, which is great. I love it. It was my intention to make it boom because I wanted to grow the scene and grow the community. But the number of drag shows that I personally can host in Kingston can't grow because there are other people doing shows, and so I'm kind of growing outwards, doing shows in other places.
So are we kind of reaching that pinnacle in town here then of, like, we are at the capacity for, all being friendly to each other. All being friendly to each other.
Oh, and is it about to be cutthroat
It's
competition?
going to start turning into a cutthroat competition?
Well, I mean, I know one person in Kingston has tried to prevent that by starting a calendar for the drag scene. which is being used.
Which is being used.
Yes, it is being used.
Well, hey, I think it's good not to have 2 drag shows on the same day.
And as our one comment here says, some other people have started being a little bit more creative with what they're putting out. So it's not just like a show. They're doing a multimedia experience. They're doing other things like that. And I think that's great too. And actually that's where I'm leaning to now as well, as we've talked about many times. I'm trying to diversify the type of show that I'm actually doing.
Yeah.
That's why Comedy of Drag Errors started. That's why I'm putting more effort into some different things that haven't quite developed into fruition yet. But yeah.
No, I agree with you. To have that, like, not just a basic drag show, that is there's purpose to that, where you're able to show multiple different kind of facets of drag. It's not just lip syncing. It can be a roast. It can be comedy. It can be live singing. It could be fucking anything. Maybe I shouldn't swear so much. Maybe the bots won't choose those swearing at every moment. Sage advice from my drag mama. I believe shows less often make more money in the long run.
I mean, I think that's probably true as well. Given the amount of performers and in Kingston, I mean, having one show a week is probably a reasonable thing.
And in a small community like Kingston, you should all be working together in one show.
If we had one location,
you don't know how many drag. If we had one location, yeah. If we had a gay bar, hello, or a drag bar, and how many? You know how many drag artists we have. Well, I don't know.
The number's actually lower now. The number's lower than it was.
We've lost one or two because they decided to be boys.
They decided to be men's.
Hot men's.
I wouldn't go that far.
There we go. And yeah, kind of like what you're saying, like Bewitch is saying here too. I think it also pushes performers to be more creative with their numbers. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's very
two queens in a show gets boring fast.
I don't know if those two queens are myself and Tyffanie.
No, it's not boring at all.
Not boring at all. People ask for it all the time. It's really funny, actually.
I still have yet to see our booking fees on your website. we kind of joked around.
Am I supposed to do that? Sorry, yeah.
We should do like a combined, you can have
you can have two queens for the price of two queens.
Two queens. Actually, I should do that on my website, too. We should just have it on both.
Just a picture of the two of us and be like, you can have two queens for the price of two queens. That's our new tagline. Maple tea, two queens for the price of two queens. It's so bad. It's so bad.
God, but it's perfect.
It's perfect. It's kind of perfect. It's like, what's the booking fee discount? There is none.
There is none. Why would you think there is one?
Yeah.
It's just you get to book the both of us.
I think that in like some really small towns, it might be lean season because if there's no diversity of performers, then people would probably choose to go to a show less often because they already saw that performer recently.
You'll have people who will come out
you have people who go out every time.
If you have low performers in a smaller town, if you do a show, let's say once a month, that's okay.
Yeah,
because that's how T-show was. I had 4 performers. Actually, sometimes I was struggling.
But they have to be doing new numbers. I'm not saying that not you. You are special. You are different. You doing Mamma Mia at every single show, people would still cheer and scream and love it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
It's you. It's you. It's because it's you.
Okay.
I really do. It's really baffling. But then again, I do Celine Dion almost every show now, and people still ask for it. So I don't know.
Is that dun 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 dun? Oh no, I have nothing. That's not Celine.
It's all coming back to me now. That one.
Sure, yeah.
Although I've started doing other Celine songs and they've been hitting, so that's good.
Yeah. If we're gonna talk about music, we should be talking about those ballad songs that are perfect for
good.
brunch. So brunches are different than drag shows at night.
Yep.
I got away with doing a slow song at my Jubilee.
Good.
I got away with doing a slow song.
Wait, what slow song did you do?
At the very end.
Did you do Annie Lennox?
I did a Stevie Nicks. I did a Stevie Nicks.
Oh, do love some Stevie Nicks.
Has anyone written anything for you?
Oh, I haven't seen you do that before.
I did it as karaoke here at my birthday.
But actually singing.
No, that was the first time doing
really
it as
exciting.
well. And of course, I messed up some of the lyrics, but
no one notices.
But no one knows, and people just.
Words.
And people really enjoyed that as a closing. I think I'm going to close any of my shows in the future with a slow song. Just be like, it's done. It's like a done. So, you're like, hi, and then boom, you're gone. Go out.
Remind me, you need to come over to my house soon and go through some jewelry with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
She has bags of jewelry. She got it through the divorce.
I did. Not that divorce, the other divorce. As in, I stole it when 2 people were getting divorced.
Ah!
They didn't notice it was gone.
Yeah,
they both assumed the other one stole it.
And they didn't pursue
pursue
it in court?
No. So, on the note of, brunches are different.
Oh, yeah.
I also have a different show coming up that you're in.
Oh, a different show.
That we do every single year. It's an annual show.
Oh.
It's Drag in the Park. Drag in the Park is coming up again this summer. And like last year, we are doing 2 of them. And very shortly, we'll be doing a call out for performers who want to volunteer their time to raise money for Trellis HIV and community care here in Kingston.
Yep.
Supporting the food program and for supporting HIV resources and support. So if you are, oh my God, long message. So if you are a drag performer and you are interested in being in one of the Drag in the Parks, let me know. But the first one will be June 3rd. And that is a finalized date. And we're doing something a little special this year. So message me, let me know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be bigger and better.
Great.
Bigger and better.
The comments that are coming in here, I love it. We only have we got more viewers. I was like, we only had 2 people. We only had 2 people watching live. But no, that's changed. So there's a long. I'm going to leave that long comment for Rowena and I to talk about at a later time because it's some analysis. Apparently,
oh my God!
Some analysis of the number of shows are within a month, sort of thing. So, of drag shows in Kingston. But my Jazz Morgan, my mama, she did 6 Carrie Underwood songs for 8 years, 3 times a week, and made shit loads of money. Of course, my lip sync was perfect. Yeah, it was.
You are a professional, and you know that your lip sync has to be perfect. Unlike some people, not Tiff. I'm really thinking about Lilith.
3 times a week? Were there weekly drag shows, Jazz? I don't even remember that. Like, when I came to town in 99, I don't remember there being a weekly drag show.
Oh, Jazz, I ran into the owner of Club 477 at my show on Saturday.
Mention the name.
His name was Andrew. Do you remember an Andrew who owned Club 477? Anyway, it was a nice little conversation I had.
I remember hearing stories that there were, I only knew James, who was the manager, and I think was a co-owner, and also James's young friend as well. But anyway. Andrew, you said?
Andrew.
Yes, I remember Andrew. Okay, well, there we go.
See, there we go.
I don't.
I was talking about the Morgan family to him. I was like, Tiffany Morgan's having her 25th anniversary. Yeah.
Jazz Morgan.
Anyway, we used to have gay bars in Kingston, believe it or not.
Believe it or not,
multiple. So in conclusion, less
than we think. Oh, so this analysis, I will now put up the analysis.
In November, we had 7 shows, December 2 shows, January 2 shows, February 7 shows, March 5 shows, April 4 shows, May 4 shows. Average 4.5 shows a month so far in Kingston. That is 1 a week. Wait, we had 7 shows in February this year? That's craziness.
I know.
February is a slow month for people doing things. Why did we have 7 shows?
I was busy. Weren't you busy? Weren't we both being like, what is wrong with February?
I was busy because I was out of town.
Yeah.
I was out of town doing things.
But I felt like I was busy in February.
I mean, I always have 1 show in Kingston a month. I just do. I guess I did have 3 shows in Kingston in February.
Which is busy for February.
Which is busy. I mean, one of them was Telegrams, which I don't think counts.
Oh, sorry, Jazz. I forgot. She lived for years in Toronto. She did Toronto. Yeah, that's right. So she played 3 times a week in Toronto at Play. I forgot all about that.
Wait, we used to have a Play in Toronto?
It was called Play, yeah.
Was it part of the Play brand? Like Play Nashville, Play Austin, Play... No?
Yep. I don't know.
Because Play is a brand.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a brand of bars.
Oh. I don't know.
Anyway, it's kind of like Heaven in Europe is a brand of bars across multiple cities.
Yeah. But, maybe. I didn't count your telegrams or any musickies.
I don't think
only
musickies
shows.
count.
Yeah.
Musickies are a completely separate thing, whether or not a drag performer's there. It's
Well,
not a drag show. It's an art night.
Yeah.
I don't count that as a show.
But it would be in the calendar, right? Like my when I was sitting
Using
for
the calendar.
art history, I put it in the calendar too.
When did we start using the calendar?
I don't know, whenever
this
November, February, I think.
Yeah.
What was it? Whatever it was announced as November. November, yeah, November we started.
Who knows?
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, we're about halfway, a little more than halfway through the show. Tiffany, what's your name?
My name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
Oh my God, is it?
And what is your name, Rowena?
My name is Rowena Way.
Oh,
wow. Have those not changed recently?
Stop changing your name.
Oh, actually, I have a topic. Queen's Theater Group is putting on a drag show this year.
Why?
For their theater production, they're doing a production of a play called Drag Queens on Trial.
There's a play called Drag Queens on Trial?
There is, apparently. It's a small play, but it's a play, and they have 3 actresses playing drag queens in this play, and they had me come in and consult so they could ask me questions about what it's like being a drag performer, and performances start in early April, I think. End of May, early April.
So Queen's Player, just so that you'd be like, well, why didn't they hire a fucking drag queen? Especially Tyffanie Morgan, who's now an actor.
Because we're not Queen's students.
Because it's only Queen's students. It's
Yeah.
like a little Queen's organization. And it's just, and they mostly just play to themselves. But I will say, it's like Queen's Theater, it has a long history of actors who are come out of Queens and out of Queen's Theater going on to higher and bigger things, you know?
Yeah, like Elon Musk.
He did not.
He did not do Queen's Theater, no.
Like,
but he did attend Queen's.
Yeah, well, yes. Yes, of course he does. Yes.
And now he's the leader of the United States.
Every fascist does.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Not at Queens.
Ah!
Not at Queens. Not at Queens. But, why did you bring up that name?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm like, we were going to be
a
like
bad
an
joke.
America-free
It was a bad
zone
joke.
here.
It was a bad
It
joke.
was going to be America-free zone.
Bad joke.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. Anyway,
We're not
so
the
Queen's
51st day.
Theater Group is putting on Drag Queens on Trial late March, early April. Go support it. It's being directed by a queer director. There's queer people acting in it. It's a queer story. It'll be really interesting. So if you get a chance, go see it. I mean, small budget. They actually have a trivia night this week, I think, to fundraise for it.
Oh, that's lovely. And I like that comment.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
Yeah.
We're not going to mention his name again, though.
Yeah.
We're going to move on.
Yeah.
So, Tiff, there's a new show that is coming back to Canada.
So I loved it that last week I was like, look, how amazing that Slaycation opened the doors for so many people. And literally like a day after, they announced Slaycation 2.
Did you watch Drag House?
I watched the first
Drag
episode on
Rules or-
YouTube. I watched the first, and now that I think about it, I probably should have watched the second and third because they probably only live on the YouTube for like
The YouTubes.
the YouTubes for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But I was able to find it on YouTube, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
You know what I think you would enjoy? Dungeons and Drag Queens.
I watch clips. It's all over my social media.
I watched the whole first season. It was exceptional. It was so good. I literally paid. I paid for the streaming service to watch the first season, and then I got rid of the streaming service, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to watch it again. It's like 4 hours long, and it's Jujubee, Bob the Drag Queen, Alaska, and Monet playing Dungeons and Dragons with one of my favorite DMs. And it's so good.
It's funny because I love watching the clips. There's a million reels. There's a million clips online. And now my socials feed them to me. And I love them. But you sometimes forget that Alaska's in there. Because she doesn't seem to have any fucking jokes, or they don't make it to the reels.
They don't make it to the reels. They don't make it to the reels.
Is it good? It's
It's
that good?
really worth watching. It's
but they're
really worth watching.
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It's just make believe. It's exactly what drag is. It's all make believe. It's all characters. It's all stories.
I don't know.
I wish we could do something like that here.
Oh, I wish we could do something like that here.
Yeah,
Oh.
see?
So would people...
Would people come out to watch people play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, could you do it like a live
So,
stream or
okay, so
something?
the thing about Dungeons and Drag Queens is that it is high production value. Like, it's not that they're paying a lot of money for it, but, like, they have sets that the characters are in, like, their people are in, and there's video editing that makes it more dynamic, and there's music, and the DM is an amazing storyteller and voice actor.
DM is Dungeon Master.
Yes. DM is
For those who...
It's not my DM.
I don't fucking play the game, and I knew that.
Yeah. The Dungeon Master is a very talented improv artist, voice actor, like, storyteller. He's
got the elf ears on.
He's got the elf ears on, but he's exceptional. He's also on the TV show Make Some Noise, which one of our viewers knows because she's constantly sending me videos from it, and I really appreciate them. But it's really entertaining. Could we do it here? Yes, but I think it would take a lot of work, is my answer to that. I think we would be more successful having a drag queen produced Mario Kart competition live.
Wasn't that a thing?
Well, it was kind of a thing. There were only like 8 of us there when we did it.
Oh, okay.
At Barcadia.
Oh, when we used to have Barcadia.
Yeah, but I think if we did this on a big projector screen at a bar and we had like a bar-wide Mario Kart competition with drag performers as the hosts, I think that would be epic. Bewitched, what do you think? Do you want to put it on with me?
Yeah, I'd just be like I don't know what it is about video games. I never really got. Oh, slay! Oh, throw it down! Oh, girl! Oh, girl! Oh, girl! Oh, girl!
We'll do shots next time, Bewitched. By the end of it, you'll be on the floor.
Don't need to throw a banana in front of you. I knew that. No banana in front of you.
Okay, Bewitched, we'll talk. We'll plan this, because I think it would be a really successful event, actually.
I remember sitting in someone's basement and just watching them and my other friends play Mario Kart, and they're like, okay, now you do it. And I'm like...
Mario Kart has been shown to be the most stressful video game that you can possibly play.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! I would be like...
Yeah. Anyway, diversify shows. See, more fun things.
Oh, hey, you gotta get those gag sort of things in there. Oh, we can do a Kingston Slaycation type show.
Ooh, a fundraiser for T-Fam Mario Kart. Yeah, I love that. Love that.
T-Fam's got quite a few drag fundraisers going on in the next future.
I can tell in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I can tell you from personal experience because two of the grants are going towards T-Fam fundraisers.
Okay. We could do a Kingston Slaycation.
Kingston Slaycation. I like this idea. But how would you do it as a show?
I feel like we don't have enough drama with the current Kingston drag scene.
Well, you don't
and we would need to bring out some people.
You don't have drama. You just have those little
manufactured personal dramas.
Personal dramas. Yeah. Well, there was just what dramas were there? There was people who were not comfortable with ice skating. I remember that specifically.
Well, I mean, everything was Jada Hudson. And she can't let people touch her feet because she doesn't cut her toenails. She's won't do yoga. I don't know. It was just all Jada Hudson.
Well, no. Well, it was also Boa.
Well, kind of.
And Boa with Shada.
Yeah.
It was
manufactured drama.
Or you could be like, the Lush of the party who didn't actually drink. That was the funny thing. One of them was like the party animal, but barely drank.
Boa didn't drink.
But but what about
Kingston Slaycation? But we go to Maddock.
Madoc.
Madoc.
Kingston
What the
Staycation. We go to
fuck?
Madoc and we
Rent a
go
cottage?
to a hotel room.
Rent a cottage?
I don't understand. Yeah, what would a Kingston Staycation be? We could do those lovely, hot, cold plunges and stuff.
Ooh,
like
the
that.
Nordique spa. You cannot
Nordique.
do that in drag.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Nobody would let us do that in drag.
I don't know.
But so, Slaycation Season 2.
But they weren't in drag technically, though.
Not most of the time. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They were only in drag for the final performance. I'm down. We need to get a film crew. Branded to film? Will they do it? You have an in? No? Yes?
Yeah, they're movie specific. They're movie specific.
Okay.
Not television show specific.
Okay. There's a TV show I'm supposed to
well,
be on.
once they get the theater, I don't know. Once they get their thing built, I don't know. But
so Season 2 of Slaycation just got announced, and there are 6 fantastic new queens on it, including Canadians Fierce-alicious, Xana, and then we have international queens Alyssa Edwards, Nikki Doll, Tessa Testicle, and Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Yeah.
So a lot of really loud people. A lot of really loud people.
Alyssa seemed a little, like in the last season that we watched, she seemed a little not backseat, but she seemed a little like
More reserved.
Yeah. Because she knew that she was the most senior girl in the room and that she needed to be the adult.
Well, and I think Nikki Doll being the only French person will probably be like...
Well, is Tessa not?
Tessa's German.
Oh, she's
Tessa's
German.
German, but speaks English.
German, sorry.
Nikki also speaks English. I mean, she was on the season, but she struggled with English when she was on her season. But that doesn't mean she doesn't speak it better now.
Yeah. Well, but she's going to be in Canada.
In Canada.
Canada.
At Blue Mountain Resort. Are they going to go to the same place?
I don't know.
The exact same location?
I don't know. Well, why was Slaycation 1 so delayed?
Yeah.
But, like, once it came out, which was suddenly, like, I felt like it was, like, setting it up for a failure, Slaycation 1, because they literally just dropped all the episodes, like, the week before Christmas or something.
And
right?
yet they're doing a season 2.
But somehow they got a season 2. Yeah.
When season 1 got announced, like finally, the final date of it being announced, I went back through my photo history and I found my original Instagram post of when I was like, oh, Slaycation's been announced. It was 2 years prior.
Yeah.
And I literally posted on Instagram. I was like, finally, 2 years later. And I tagged all the people. And Jada Shada responded to me. She's like, not calling out the 2 years. I was like, yep. Oops, daisy.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why. We still don't know why it was delayed for 2 years, but at least they announced the second one, you know. But I have yet to see any.
Well, there won't be an ad for a while. I think it'll take 2 years.
You think it'll take 2 years?
I'm dead. The one thing that I didn't understand about Slaycation is all of this is like to prepare for a drag show at the end of it, and then they perform a 2-minute song, and then the drag show's done.
Well,
was that it?
That was what was in the cut. The actual, I believe it was more than that.
Did they not want to represent any of the other drag performers? Did they not want to tell us if there was a drag? Like,
no,
it
just
felt
that.
a little. It was a little brevity.
It was just the performance of those stars. Yeah, it was just those stars. But also, like, you can't show on TV when you're not doing your own songs. You know that.
Oh, true. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can only do that one original song that has been paid for by production and approved. Like, you know, that's the only song you can ever hear in the entire thing. RuPaul's Drag Race has to pay all the rights for those songs and stuff, and half the time the rights come with the actual star. Like, I love it when the actual star is there. Although I don't know if I could ever lip sync in front of like Annie Lennox or something. Like, you know.
My gosh, I mean, I can't. You know, I would totally do Celine Dion in front of Celine Dion. I would do it. I would do it because I know she has a sense of humor.
Yeah, but she also has that.
She's very serious.
She has that serious look that you're like, Is she doing that on?
I would do it. I would do it.
Is she seriously looking at?
If I was given the opportunity, I would do it in a heartbeat. Heartbeat, and I'd do it my way. I would do it my way. I wouldn't do it the way that the people in Quebec do it. I'd do it my way.
Oh, well,
they probably appreciate that. Seriously. Yeah.
Oh, well, because if you're doing a character, if you're doing a what is it? What I'm looking for?
An impersonation.
Impersonation. That's the word I'm looking for. The Great Imposters. If you're doing an impersonation, people like, classic drag. They want the full French kiss sort of thing. Are you gonna ask me again what that is? Because I have yet to open it, and I almost feel like I need to open it. She's looking. Her little, undiagnosed ADHD mind's like, what is this? What is this?
It looks like an eraser, but it's hard plastic.
It's not an eraser. It's the blackout. It's for censoring stuff. And when I say censoring, I mean like...
Selena's So 20 years ago. You're right. Her music is from the 90s, which is 30 years ago. But I still think Selena's relevant today. People still love her music. She's... wonderful.
It will do well at like a brunch.
Yep, very well.
These kind of ballady, but also up tempo.
Yep. They're power ballads. They're all power ballads.
Power ballads are your bread and butter at brunch. Let me tell you.
In fact, you can spread them.
Spread them. Spread. Pita.
Sorry, what
peanut
is it?
Butter jelly. Sorry. Suddenly I went into my Sharon Lois and Brown rendition there. So I've opened it up for you. Now you can be like, what is it? What is it?
Oh, it's a roller.
Yes, it's like it blacks out where you're like, oh, I want to. I'm going to toss this out. It's got my signature and all my credit card credentials.
So you want to it's a concealer. You should use that to conceal things.
Do you want a black bar over your fucking face right now? I can do it.
Football player.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Achoo.
Oh my god. Oh gosh. But I am looking forward to whatever Slaycation 2. Hello. Bring it on.
Hello.
Bring it on.
You know what else I'm looking forward to, Tiff? My drag bingo this Thursday at Daft Brewing.
Oh, is it getting close to that hour there?
It is. It is that time of the show. That is my only show in Kingston this month, although I am doing queer speed dating next Thursday at La Vida Bistro and
which
Gastrobar.
would be in the calendar, but it's not a drag event.
It's not a drag event. It is queer speed dating. I'm just hosting it. That's it. So if you are a person who identifies as a queer individual and you are single, come on out to queer speed dating. It's going to be so much fun. Register in advance because it will sell out.
Yeah, you know what? Half of my speeches at my Jubilee party was how terribly single I was. So
Tiffany, go to quear speed dating.
I might need to go to queer speed dating.
Oh my God, do it.
How terribly underutilized I am.
Underutilized. Oh my God. Have you downloaded the grinders recently?
No.
No.
I don't think the grinders are for me.
What about the sniffies?
They're all children. I don't think so.
The woofs? We'll get you woof. We'll get you scruff. We'll get you scruff.
Okay. Anyway, I'm feeling very awkward now. She's the sex positive one, not me. Let's not talk about this. Okay.
Let's talk about sex, baby. All through the night,
All through the night.
To you, like you want me to. Sorry, I'm doing Pitch Perfect. So Tiffany.
What the?
Yeah, literally queer speed dating.
Oh, I swear. Oh my! Don't download Grindr. It's haunted.
Grindr is haunted.
Story of my life.
Bewitched.
Speed date. Story of my life. Oh, I forgot that comment, but we'll leave that one up for another day.
Oh my God.
So for me, what am I doing? I don't know anymore. But what's going on Drag Show?
What do you have?
I am doing something.
She's waiting for the internet to load.
I'm just trying to remember.
She's waiting for her brain to load.
So I think I'm doing some DJing / lighting and stuff like that for a show this Friday.
Is Lilith Kane doing shows in Kingston, or is she just putting?
So I start posting some of Lilith Kane's shows on the main.
You should filter for Kingston, Ontario.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
Yeah,
you know, like, you can go to dragshow.ca now. Hold on, we got to bring up the banner. Where's dragshow.ca? There we go. So yeah, you can filter for just Kingston shows or Victoria, BC shows.
Because Lilith is using dragshow.ca.
Well, yeah, I thought, what the fuck not? Why not? Because it's supposed to be all over the place. And then I'm like, yeah, there we go. No, I actually, now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, I felt like there was more shows in March.
Tiffany's next show is June 3rd, Drag in the Park. It is a free show, but it is a fundraiser for Chalice HIV and community care. And it takes place at 7 p.m. in Confederation Park. And then there will be a 19-plus show following it. Ooh, more to happen. It'll be a show and dance party on a Tuesday night. Get drunk on a Tuesday with me. Woo! My name is Rowena Way, and you can find me at rowenaway.com. All of my shows are on there. You can get tickets to my shows, including ones that haven't really been announced yet, like Comedy of Drag Errors that Tiffany is in and forgot she was in.
I didn't forget it was in it.
But that's in May. That's your next show.
Is that? I feel like there's something before that. Anyway. But anyway.
So we're bringing down the incomparable Selena Vile for that show. So I'm very excited. When's the show at Signal Brewing? It is.
If you go to dragshow.ca, you'll find out that it's on March 28th.
March 28th. It's a Friday. It's pay what you can. It's a fundraiser. Good night. You can find me at Rowena Way on all socials. But just follow What's the Maple Tea. Follow What's the Maple Tea.
Yeah, just follow What's the Maple Tea.
What do they call you again?
What?
What do they call you again?
Tiffany Morgan.
Oh, and where can they find you?
Oh, okay. I cannot keep up with your fucking brain going crazy. Okay. I am Miss Tiffany Morgan, bitch. And you can find me at Tyffanie.com. That's TYFFANIE.com. And apparently my next show is in May, which I feel like is clearly wrong. But
I think you probably have a show earlier than that.
I think I do too. But yeah, I have a show in May. And you can find all my shows on Tiffany. I should have went to Tiffany.com. And of course, you can find all of our lovely podcasts on themapletea.ca. And please follow us on our socials because I am now posting all those fun little Facebooks, those reels and those little stories and stuff. They're so much fun. Rowena Way is on the grinders now.
No, she's not. She's talking to Bewitched.
No, she.
I'm talking to the ghost in the grinder. The ghost in the grinder.
This is our show.
I am talking. I am talking to you. Am I not?
Okay. Go to themapletea.ca.
That's dragshow.ca. No, go to themapletea.ca or dragshow.ca. Just do both. Go to both.
Go to both. Go to both.
Thank you so much for listening to
What's the Maple Tea?
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. It's just a whole lot of celebrity.